dropping a lot of games. So they're going back to what has been tried and true for this team in the past, and just going to try and fit Broxah in there as a Sejuani player.
And Kobe, everybody has been saying, where's the aggressive Crown? When's he going to start trying to fight? The Yasuo comes out for Crown. Not a Rise, not something he's going to sit back on, but he's going Yasuo, and he wants to get in on the initiations from the rest of his team. Only Kaisa cannot help him out with that.
Yeah, and that's definitely capable of creating a lot of pressure here for CLG for mid. People have been looking at Crown to carry this team out of the bottom of the standings. Now's the time where you got to start. They are 10th place. Need to start racking up some wins.
Time to put the counter logic to work. Here we are, Counter Logic Gaming versus Team Liquid. Both nearing the bottom of the standings, a place we'd never thought we would definitely see Team Liquid, but CLG as well, with their reform expected to be a bit higher in the standings. Let's see if they can prove that here in our next game of the day on the LCS stage. BMO or bust? I don't think ever since High we have seen the Teemo in the LCS. And I remember saying, please don't do that again.
No BMO this game around.
Not at all.
Gonna be some melee top laners. Sett versus Mordekaiser for yourself.
I was just informed that Haunter actually pulled one out for one of their TSF giveaways. I expect that. I actually kind of remember that now, so thank you for that. All right, out onto the Rift. Oh, line of scrimmage seems to be spreading out quite equally. No funny business here. The ward coming in possibly from Wiggily, so he can see Broxah. And the laughing in mid lane.
Laughing to the crowd as well. I like it. Honestly, from CLG, I want to see them go attack mode then. If Team Liquid are going to turtle, basically, they're kind of already throwing up, hey, we are just trying to avoid getting killed. We have a Tahm Kench bottom lane, a Vladimir mid for Wing, and then Mordekaiser, who ults one person when he gets ganked to try and get his 1-for-1 and buy time up on top side. I say CLG, try and take what is yours off the Rift then. Pressure these early objectives. Pressure this Yasuo lane. You do have Ignite, so you can still kill this Vladimir. You can force Jensen to give up mid-priority, allowing you a lot of access to these neutral objectives. And in my opinion, one of the reasons why teams like Cloud9 have found so much success is because in the current meta in Season 10, you cannot play full defense, full scaling. I know there are a lot of advocates for just always playing defensively, freezing, just avoiding enemies that are trying to be proactive, but with Rift Herald and Dragon, there are very powerful neutral objectives on the map that are constantly spawning for you to try and push the game state forward.
So there's so many things that can happen before a late game win condition now. It's absolutely crazy. And I love you pointed out the Ignites on the mid lane. Crown and Jensen both able with that kill potential. And CoreJJ, not on the unsealed spellbook, but Guardian and taking Exhaust for that bot lane up against Smoothie's Ignite. So even more safety for DoubleLift and making sure that fight may not happen, or obviously happens in their favor, but that's what you're backing off with if you don't have Ignite.
Yeah. Other thing to do, of course, you want to ping pong those neutral objectives, but also invading on the jungle. When you get your laner's priority by ganking offensively here with the Gragas, your flash body slam, a good tool for creating those plays. Then you can use the laner's advantage that you got for them to help you invade the enemy jungler and keep the enemy jungler down, keep them from farming away. Top side, Ruin is pushing up on the Mordekaiser, and Impact trying to give back as good as he gets.
A little bit of healing back up for Impact. I mean, Ruin hits level 4, and that's the health he wants to be at in this lane if he knows there's no jungle pressure. Sett loves to take that fight. It looks like they're going to show here. They don't want him. They don't want him to clean up any of these minions. Hit him real quick. Shield's going to come out. Wiggily takes aggro. Wiggily gets out. Beautifully done by Counter Logic Gaming.
Extra little flash there at the end. I think Ruin thought maybe the tower aggro was coming at him, even though he finished the kill in time, so he was totally fine there. They do pull it off, and that is big. That's what I'm talking about. Make your aggressive play. If your opponents are going to be full defensive-minded, Wiggily gets up there. They go for the tower dive. Let's take a look at it. This is on the cannon minion wave, so there's a lot of minions. Impact cannot clear out all these minions. He does get the cannon and some harassment. Wiggily starts it off, body slam into Sett stun there, and they have the damage. Since Wiggily flashed out, Ruin was a little bit worried the tower was going to target him.
Yeah.
But in the end, they do get it. They also got the flash off of Impact, so now they've got the advantage up there. First blood went to Sett.
See if they can get it clear on those wards too and just annoy Impact over and over again. Want to take him out. You don't want him grabbing Stixxay or even Crown in the fight. Everybody can be displaced, but if you have a Yasuo follow-up, Mordekaiser takes him, that kind of denies your entire fight on the side of CLG. So I love the idea to take Impact out and make him not so worthy of pulling someone into the death realm. Jensen pushed in here by Crown just a bit, and that'll go back and forth in this lane. Vlad's really not going to be able to push out too hard to like level 9-ish.
Also, something to note, because the analysts were going over some of the just lane stats for Team Liquid, and they had not been performing up to expectations. DoubleLift and CoreJJ on the bottom side of the map are making up some of the gold difference from the first blood in their CS lead that they do have in just the 2v2 over Stixxay and Smoothie. DoubleLift on the Varus, and CoreJJ, like we're talking about, was practicing the Tahm Kench non-stop, being able to put out that pressure and deny some CS from Stixxay, who has taken cleanse for the Sejuani ultimates mainly.
Yeah, I'm actually taking a check at the bottom lane. That got to feel good for DoubleLift. You can hit piercing arrows that sticks, and then Stixxay has to deal with that health being down. No heal if a summoner fight, or if a fight comes. Summoner heal, I should say. Back and forth as Impact gets an idea of where Wiggily could be. They know he's not topside, so that at least helps out Broxah and the rest of the team know where he could be coming from.
Priority gained by the Team Liquid bottom lane. Gives them and Broxah enough time here to try and set up some of those wards. Pushing in, and actually, is he pulling the dragon right now? Looks like he is going to start it, since their bottom lane has so much pressure under the turret. And this is how they're denying CS, by the way. The Team Liquid squad using Varus's good pushing power with harassment like you're talking about. Forcing Stixxay and Smoothie back, and they have not been able to pick up that CS for themselves on the CLG side. So Team Liquid bottom lane, kind of back to what fans were expecting from this duo, earning the team advantages from their own play.
You can see DoubleLift in the 5v fights later, or side lane, depends if he's in natural habitat or not. We'll see. Lethal tempo for his Varus. He'll be able to use that quite well in the late game, as Stixxay is looking to get that extra burst off of press the attack and lane with those plasma procs on Kaisa. 54-38 as you're just talking about that one, as we're looking at Jensen and Crown back and forth. Still super even on that one. An Impact. Long walk back to lane a few times here for this guy. And he's just been trying to farm it up ever since. 46-31 as he cleans up CS. So as TL, just waiting, making sure that none of CLG gets an early kill besides what they have for Impact on the top side.
And Impact was able to keep up his CS after dying like that because he used his teleport.
For sure.
Critically, though, they did not have Ruin use his teleport back to top side. So not only can Ruin push in and help with this invade that we're talking about for the jungle, they take away the red buff, they have wards here on Broxah's side, and they might even go for the fight on him if he had not seen him with the sweeper. Good job here taking away resources from the team that is looking to play defensive and scale. Meanwhile, possibility of using that teleport for a bottom side play is definitely still there for Ruin, for CLG.
Currently pushed up and have priority at the moment as the wave bounced off the turret. Oh, it should be actually doing the same thing on the side of Team Liquid's for bot side. You can see just how the XP and levels are flowing for the game right now. Everybody just about getting their ultimates. Bot lane's about to hit it. We may see some action with that teleport. Just a few minutes. DoubleLift been there quite a bit. He's going to be the highest in bot lane so far.
Yep, they're still doing well down there. Gank on top side, though. They're behind Ruin.
Oh, they realm him. Ruin going the wrong way for now. He doesn't really know what's on the outside of this fight, though. Broxah's going to look to get an assist. They'll hit him with the permafrost. 1, 2, 3. And he comes out for the final hits there. Nice kill and pickup as they get Impact right back into the game.
Well, that was easy peasy for Team Liquid. Here, Control Ward and Tribrush just walk on over. Nice gank there from Broxah. Impact starts it out, getting on the opposite side of Ruin. And it's going to turn that one around very quickly. Executioners picked up early from Ruin here. Try and deal with some of the healing. Pretty early. I don't know about that one.
I like it.
Okay.
Azael likes it, you know that.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
there is a Vladimir for later, and Mordekaiser does have a bit, but... Uh-oh.
Oh my word, one last shot. That's DoubleLift coming up with a kill. One more lick. They're not going to get the Devourer down onto Stixxay, and the passive summoner lane is able to come up strong on the aggressive summoner lane. And they're going to clear this wave out and try to get this cannon to crash into the turret so they can get it right back and reset. No freeze from Stixxay. He does pick up the cannon, though.
Team Liquid bottom lane, good as old there, Riv. Brand new, just like you remember it. Pushing in, denying CS, earning their team dragons, getting 2v2 lane kills.
DoubleLift highest CS in the game. Seems right.
Slapping back on one of those older models of marksman, the Varus. Yeah, it was released a while ago, but it still checks out there.
These new ones, not like riding a bike. It's some fangled, I don't know, contraption. I have no idea. But it's not getting ridden right, that's for sure. Back to the old and the worthy for DoubleLift. Looks like a Rift Herald here for CLG as they realize the bot side pressure is acting up a bit. Broxah, however, letting the fight go on between Ruin and Impact. Impact's like, no, don't worry about it. Top die. Go for the Rift Herald. Looks like they're going to try to organize that here from the side of TL. There's a lick onto Crown, just trying to kill that little bit of a shield. Great job by TL to be able to grab that Herald and come back on what were 3 members of CLG starting that.
Yep, Team Liquid not going to let this one get away, and they're taking that Rift Herald straight up to top side. Cash it in on the turret plate. Since CLG are sending a lot of reinforcements over here, though, maybe they don't actually have to instantly use it. There's still 4 members of CLG in the area clumped up because they're expecting the play. So it is a reset. They use the empowered recall. Dragon's only 25 seconds away, so with CLG hovering a lot of people on top side to protect the possible usage of the Rift Herald on those turret plates, it's actually going to be a quick rush over here towards that Mountain Dragon.
Everybody headed down. Wave's trying to just clear to mid. Doesn't look like anybody will get a mid advantage on this one, but the 5v fight will happen. Good control by CLG. I always feel like the team that gets in first is the team that loses their wards, but if they start it right away and get it, then they thwart TL. The other way it works is TL comes in, slowly pushes out CLG, and then CLG has no vision of this area. Nice control, though, as CLG does get back faster. TL was working off the top map backs. And CLG come up with the first break of the game. Ocean is going to change the rift, and both teams will be fighting for this one.
Meanwhile, topside actually, Impact seems to be just banging on that turret by himself, whereas Ruin walked through about 4 wards, as you can see on the mini-map up here, to try and go for a mid-lane play. And Impact just works off some of those turret plates by himself. Happy to cash in there. So that's going to put some extra gold in Team Liquid's pockets. They pull ahead, 1K gold lead for themselves, despite the early first blood action.
We're seeing where Sett is as well. Ruin is sitting on 670 gold, so a pretty well completed item for Impact. And that's kind of maybe your concern earlier, is that he doesn't have much gold and only an execution and calling down.
Meanwhile, Rift Herald is going to be used on the bottom side, so we are going to try and knock down this turret pretty quickly here. If they can, it's just going to be 2 because there is defense here. Good shot. Not the greatest follow-up. The zone just used there very quickly by Wiggily.
But you can look at that as a good thing. Everybody too much on the same page, right? TL looking for an engage. Nice stopwatch by Wiggily will draw that ultimate out. But they have control of the map. They go for those fights in the face of their opponents because they know they can come up with a victory and a good result. This is going to be bottom turret going down, and they were just topside pushing it. So you can see how DoubleLift and the rest of the team are working this map to be top for the Rift Herald around 9-10 minutes, then back to the bottom lane so you can break the laning phase wide open with that Rift Herald.
Good old bot difference, Riv.
Yes, it is. Bot difference indeed. Look at that CS lead. Crazy stuff.
All right, now they can actually roam DoubleLift and CoreJJ as well to the mid lane. Jensen, that's what he picked Vladimir for.
Cools down. This is going to be the attack flash right out before he basically touches the ground as he hovers away to safety there. And you can see the big heals coming up. Crimson Rush will get him very nice and healthy. And Jensen will just stay in lane.
Yep, ideal Vladimir play here. You farm up for a while. Once they come with the gank, pull right back to your tower, and he's able to pull it out. Impact takes Ruin to the death realm.
Oh, this is scary. Activates the shield. He says, you have a shield? Well, I have one too, but I also have a giant mace.
Yeah.
That's painful.
Next Executioners, Brock takes him down.
The chance flowing through for Liquid right now as the fans are loving what's happening in each lane. Everyone's participating. Jensen able to get out of kills. Top lane Impact is top die right now as he's bringing back the old adages. And now we'll see if they can keep this pressure up. Broxah is already getting inside the jungle for a bit of countering. And now Crown will try his hand at the man with an ace. This one could go a little bit different. Not really spec'd for all that armored defense. Shield is going to be big under the tower, and Crown is not going to go for the last one, knowing that's coming up.
You hate to see it. That first Q sent it right out behind him. I don't think he got the EQ combo there to get the guaranteed knockup. So Crown having a little rough time here on the Yasuo so far. He's frustrated with the Vladimir in the mid lane. They're unable to really bring the Gragas Yasuo together for the ult combo. Got chunked down to maybe double-digit HP trying to go for it under the tower here in mid and then top side. Let's take another look at this 1v1. Impact hits the first Q, does get sent up by Ruin, hits the pullback as well. Literally hits all abilities, and Ruin, nothing he can do about it at that point. Easy finish off inside the death realm.
Yeah, that must have been just after a haymaker too, because you see him saying, what, use that cooldown? Okay, I'm going straight in on you, because not one of those came out during the fight.
It did. That is part of the nerfs to sets. Some were to the base regeneration, and then the rest of the nerfs were to the haymaker, both the cooldown and the flat damage on it. So you really do feel those windows more. And honestly, I was definitely on the side of, all right, when Sett first came out, overtuned a bit. But I think that really did bring him back into line. I feel pretty fine about the champion now since they reduced the haymaker cooldown a bit. You feel like you actually have a window to play around without those spam of shields.
Was it like level 4 or 5 and he just doubles you twice through a long lane? No, thank you. But thank you now. Thank you now. 15 minutes just hitting on the clock, and you can see the differences around, well, 16. You can see the differences around from each lane, and already a bounty there for Impact. EL trying to set up on mid, but they were sitting on a ward. Wiggly's just behind him. Man, would a Crown love that engage, but they saw CoreJJ come out of the woodwork there and weren't really sure how many TL members were present. You can see the intentions, though. CLG not afraid to try and use this composition, even though laning phase did not go their way. They have to get their win condition in place here. Tempo towards the Dragon still for them. First Ocean Drake, and they are well on their way to Soul. This could be them losing mid lane, though. Crown gets taken down. Now mid priority for Team Liquid, just like that.
Yeah, Sejuani ultimate, Varus ultimate, both used the lockdown Crown there. He's toast, no flash blown, and Team Liquid, yeah, the Dragon goes down, but they get mid tower, as well as top being worked away on by Impact. That's going to be a twofer.
Yeah, Ruin has to be here as well. Like you're saying, top just everything that Impact wants with that turret. He can take it down and continue to push on with the team, helping him, creating this synergy in the jungle.
Guess what? Bot diff.
It has been a pretty crazy bot lane. The intentions of DoubleLift and CoreJJ were 100% known and seen throughout that lane. They never let up with just farming, playing a bit aggressive, clearing it to the turret, and making sure Stixxay could not fight or farm. They didn't even really bring Broxah down. They said, no, let it go. We're fighting, we're farming, we'll trade towards top. Everything was in place. We'll see this one more time in mid.
So, yeah, I mean, he had an opportunity to flash. If you don't flash the first one, then Sejuani ultimate landing means guaranteed Varus ult follow-up there. Nice move by Broxah. It's one of the fun things on Sejuani. I know a lot of the pro players complain about Sejuani duty because it's a tank. So one of the only fun things you get to do is Q, and then as you're in the Arctic Assault, sliding by, throw out your ultimate. A little drifting. It's kind of fun. your one-shining moments. Woohoo!
So Crown now with one Q behind him and a wind wall behind him. Very imperative moments.
Actually,
you hate to see it. You do.
I was really focused on the flash, but that's bigger ones. Honestly, no excuse for that. Wind wall.
I mean, that's why you feel safe against that situation in mid lane, right? You're supposed to be able to take 3 of those skill shots and just fizzle them out.
Oof, yeah.
Sitting on the side, a quick lick from CoreJJ onto Wiggily as they have bottom lane pressure, second Rift Herald into the game, which means they took them fast. There is a chance to not get a second Rift. But TL has just been all over the objectives this game. Crown goes in. It's only going to be on one target, though. The fight is separated. A lot of TL members are taking damage. Now they get another chance to look at CounterLogic Gaming, and there they go. If you blink, you missed it. TL come back in the fight immediately.
Yeah, this one is turning into a slaughter real quick. 19 minutes is going to be an inhibitor turret down for Team Liquid.
Kobe.
And then they'll just take this inhibitor because Baron is about to spawn. They can reset and go over to Baron, and already on Baron spawn, have bottom lane super minion pressure. It's definitely an outclassing here.
Yeah, Sett's going to have to do something with this teleport. We'll see the fight once again, and I think going in on 1 is the impatience of not having a fight you've wanted the whole time, but you want to take it.
CoreJJ waits around, gets him with the Devour there, pops him right back out. And with the big split, they're able to burst everybody out. And CoreJJ as well uses the stopwatch first, then Grayskins after he gets back out. No chance of him going down either.
Huge value out of each Rift Herald that TL has used throughout the game. They're really just putting everything they can up against CLG here. It's tough to stop. You can see damage the entire game dealt to champions from everybody here. Big stuff from Impact on the top side. He's only participated in the few fights that we've seen towards the bot, so that's a lot of solo damage, to be honest.
All right, here's what we're talking about. Baron is in the eyes of Team Liquid, and CLG on the bottom half of the map right now, so they're just going to burn it down. Crown is in the bottom lane. That Yasuo is Ignites. He's got no teleport. He is going to have to walk his way all the way over here.
CoreJJ just being the wall that is Tahm Kench. Ruin wants to dunk him into the team, but that gets him closer to Baron. He can't afford to do so. Wiggily already down to a 3rd HP, and he might even die from that. Yes, he does. Impact coming up huge with another kill for himself. That's all the damage he's been racking up this game. They're going to get a kill onto Ruin as well as he tries to get the dunk down. It's a double for Impact, as those are the only plays he knows how to make this game. Jensen going through the turret for his team and just giving it a bit of a dance now as DoubleLift is there with CoreJJ behind enemy lines. Nothing matters to TL this game, not even your defenses. And they'll start to take down the outer turret as DoubleLift and CoreJJ set up base inside CLG.
Whew, yeah, this is going to be the end of the road here for CLG, Riv. Baron buff inside the base for Team Liquid. They are going to get some respawns for CLG, but that is going to be some short-lived celebration.
This is methodical. It's kind of, they don't even want to pressure anything that can cause them a loss of momentum. They're going to back here, come back towards the top side. They has 2 minion waves pushing in with supers as we see this fight again.
Yeah, again, they're also, CLG are walking up 4v5 here since Crown was bottom lane, trying to work on those super minions. So not only do Team Liquid get the Baron, but then they chase them down, getting the Mordekaiser ult onto Wiggily. First kill there was racked up by Impact, chasing the rest of them down. You know how that went. CLG trying to get the counter for themselves, but they're not going to be able to burn it down in time. Team Liquid have arrived. Feel the wrath.
Can Broxah snuff out the chance with the Soul? Will the game even last long enough for a Soul? To the back line goes Ruin. Can he get the showstopper to be just that? A kill coming up for DoubleLift. Another one as the double kill rolls in. Wiggly's going to be now in the eyes of the marksman as he might fire a piercing arrow over the wall. No, it's Impact coming up big. And we'll see the team of Team Liquid follow up with a few more kills, pressuring CounterLogic Gaming off of the objectives.
Stixxay, run! All right, Kaisa, can he make it? Up to the top side, Broxah's got his butt! Oh! The funniest part of that, actually, Impact was mid lane here, and they charged for the dragon fight here. He teleported to this ward on the bottom. In the end, congratulations, Team Liquid.
Yeah, 23-minute game as the Nexus turrets fall down. The Nexus is open. They're going to try to pass some stats and get some more kills. Crown says, walk this way. But they're going to have some eyes on the Nexus just after he goes for an ultimate by himself, just to make it look flashy. But it's all been fizzled out, and Team Liquid will take the win over CounterLogic Gaming.
9th place team takes down 10th place team, Riv.
Yes.
According to the standings. There you go.
A sigh of relief can be breathed as well by few. The fans of TL and the staff and the players themselves to know that there wasn't something more behind this. They're kind of figuring it out. And I think it's good to remember when you have something new, you try something new, there usually is a dip before there is a rise. So I guess one game, we'll see if it's on the rise now.
Team Liquid looking forward to some more time practicing with Broxah as well. That he's finally over here.
Yep.
They've got their pieces, their intended pieces together.